Okay, hello everyone. It's nice to see you again. Thank you for coming. Today we continue to talk about my late teacher, the wise great master YongHua, talked about, give us the Buddhist insights. It's very, very fascinating to me. He has a way of putting things in a way that's so clear and that you can connect with. But first, we have a question from Wei Mountain Temple. Go ahead, Wei Mountain.
Master, we have a question from Yale University. Can I give you background information?
Certainly.
Sharon is a senior at Yale University, and she has been a roommate with Tiana since freshman. They're good friends. And this is a critical and stressful time that Yale seniors find, apply, interview for jobs after graduation. Sharon has a question for you, Master. She will be greatly appreciated if you can answer her question. So the question is, how do we reconcile ambition and striving for success, particularly with regarding to career, with the teachings of Buddhism, such as practicing detachment, not chasing after worldly desires and materialism? Thank you.
Simple question. Okay, we can try to answer in a few sessions. Okay, that's a lot of stuff. I missed out on the thing about the girlfriend, boyfriend, something like that. Did anyone catch it? She's a senior at Yale University, interviewing and preparing for her choice of a professional career. And what is this boyfriend-girlfriend thing? Did anyone catch it? Sarah, could you repeat that part again, please?
Master, so Sharon is a senior at Yale University, and she's has been a roommate with Tiana since freshman. So they're roommates.
So they're specimen? What's that specimen?
They're good friends.
Oh, good friends, okay.
Not boyfriend or girlfriends.
Sorry. Okay, no boyfriend and girlfriend. Oh, how boring. Is that what Yale students do? They don't have boyfriend and girlfriends? See, my interest is clearly a different arena than... Never mind, okay. So, it's a lot of questions. I don't know. Let's try to go through them. And if I forget something, please remind me, because I have a very, very poor memory, very short memory. And so feel free to remind me, okay, if I leave out anything at all. I think it's so exciting that Sharon survived 4 years now. I remember the college years where, it's so trying, so intimidating, lots of stress. And to survive into the senior year at that great institution is a fantastic. It's a label that she'll get for life. She's a Yale graduate, so it's so cool, it's so wonderful, so congratulations. I understand that now it's a matter of interviewing because the boat has sailed, so she's gonna become a Yale graduate, okay, with that kind of label. So it's wonderful. It's time for celebration, and yet what did she do? She's still stressed out. It's not enough she's stressed out the last 4 years in school. Now she's stressed out about, what do I do? How do I maximize this? It's kind of nonstop, isn't it? Huh? That to me is what she should realize. She's getting more and more stressed out. She's
Bây giờ
getting
là
more and more pulled into this whirlpool of life. Okay, worries on top of worries. Okay, and therefore that's a problem, don't you think? Never mind about careers, never mind about boyfriend and girlfriend or lack of boyfriend and girlfriends. Okay, if you let life pull you this way, next is a professional career. Next is going to be how to get promoted. Next going to be real boyfriend and girlfriend. Next going to be family, and so forth, and so on, and so on, and so on. Okay, and that is a big problem in my mind. That a person like her should pay attention to, acquire the skills to stay on top of it. Because if not now, when then? Thank you. Oh, okay, thank you. Oh, wow, look at that. Such obedient boys. Okay, so what do you think? I mean, you have been through a lot more than Sharon has. What do you think she should be doing? And looking back in your own life, you see how you also got pulled into this torrent of life. Okay, if you had a second chance, what would you do differently? Never mind about her professional career. That's boring. You know, that's easy. I mean, yes. Anyone? What would you do differently? I know this young lady here. I remember when she first came to the temple, and she cried and cried and said, all I want to do in life is get a job as a teacher. If not, I die. I'd rather die. And she cried and cried and cried because she couldn't find a job.
Master.
Yes.
Is it on? Master? I love how you make it worse than it needed. Anyway, I'm going to say the only thing we could control is our stress level and our thinking. I mean, you'll get work nonetheless, you'll apply, but I think the best is just to not be stressed out by it.
Okay. Get on top of the stress, okay, and control it, okay. That's important. Is that what you're saying? Okay, of course, I agree. Stress is so important. This is the fact of life. The reality of life, of things, is that we are increasingly more stressed out, like it or not. The older we are, the more stress we experience. Until the day when you no longer care, that's when you're dying. Okay? So that's the way it is. Hey. Okay, that's another example of stress right there. A dog who's so stressed out as well. All right? So that's what Sharon can look forward to, having a good professional career and getting more stressed out to the point where there's no time for anything. It's between work and the family and work and the family and the promotion and so forth and so forth and so forth. It's endless. Okay? You are not in control of your own life at all. Your life dictates what you need to do. You have so much to lose now that you cannot afford to lose. Okay? It's too expensive to lose. So I'm impressed that Sharon asked this kind of question already. I wish I was smart enough to ask this kind of question when I was her age, or I was graduated from college as well. So this girl is pretty impressive. What about you, the rest of you? What is your, what would you like to share with her? Doesn't matter. Go ahead, Orange.
Yeah, thank you. Is this, how do I turn this on? Oh, it is on? Oh, cool. So, I feel like stress is always going to creep up on you, whether you want to do it or whether you want to or not. I kind of think the best way I learned to deal with stress is to just think about like, why are you doing this? Like, why are you putting yourself through all this stress, and isn't that important? That's
Good point. Excellent. Why are you doing this? Absolutely. Okay? Who told you to do this? Who told you? Who said it's that important? I like this guy. Oh, very good.
At least for me, when I did, when I ended up doing things, when I thought back about it was just kind of my ego, or just sometimes I felt like I had to do it for some reason. Something told me inside I had to do it, and then as I got older, sometimes I realized that I don't have just because I feel like I have to do something doesn't necessarily mean I have to do it.
Yeah.
I know. I can barely think. I'm sorry.
No, that's correct. Until you meet someone else who's smarter than you, will tell you what to do. Very good. Anyone else? Excellent. Yes, Black.
I think this young lady sounds very smart, probably very, very ambitious, has a lot of things she wants to accomplish in life.
Yes.
So I think she's...
Success, right? I mean, don't we all want to be successful? Huh? We want to all succeed, right? Yes.
So I think at that stage of her life, we shouldn't be telling her that don't stress out about things, but she's got to be stressed out about things. I think she just need to realize that in order to achieve her ambitions, she's going to have to deal with stress, but she just has to know how to manage it. And meditation is a great way, so she should learn Chan.
Okay, absolutely. Okay. There's one thing here that I think you all agree with this, because you're at a later stage in life than she is that, yes, absolutely, is that whatever she does, eventually she'll find success. Yes? With her smarts and her credentials, she will be successful in whatever she chooses to do. She asked the right questions already, let's face it. Agree? Okay? She'll be successful. That's 90% guaranteed. Okay? Then later on in life, like the way you are right now, pretty soon, you're still young, pretty soon, you get to be my age, and you start asking, was it worth it? Was the success worth it? Okay? Yes, Orange.
Oftentimes for me, success is usually not worth it because I just end up being worried about some other thing, and I never feel like I can. I keep telling myself that I'm going to stress about this now, so I don't have to have stress in the future. But if I can ever de-stress, then it doesn't seem worth it.
Absolutely, you need to have a certain level of stress to be successful, and the more successful you become, the more stressed out you'll be. That's just life. Okay. But the bottom line here, folks, is that eventually you will face with this the day of what we called in the movies Judgment Day. Okay, was it worth it? some point in time in your life, you have to decide that. Okay, you have to do reckoning and say, was it worth it for me to be successful? And for us in the West, was it worth it? Am I happy? Was I happy? Am I happy? Can I be happier? Yes? So that is a big question that is very important to ask. And that to me is that's what she's asking about. And she says, what are the details again? Sarah, please repeat the questions so that, because there's some new people here, repeat the questions. What are her, remind us again about what she wanted to know.
Okay, Master. How do we reconcile ambition and striving for success?
All right, ambition, striving, and success, that's one, okay? I need a whiteboard.
Particularly with regards to career.
Career, yes.
With the teachings of Buddhism, such as practicing detachment, not chasing after worldly desires or materialism.
Oh, don't buy everything they tell you. Baloney. Okay, what's number 3? She's too young to talk about that. Yeah.
너무 젊습니다. Pretty much that's it, Master.
That's it?
Do you want me to repeat the question again?
No, that's okay.
Thank you.
I'm not that old. Okay, so we repeat it just in case. So what do you think? What do you have? What is ambition versus what was it? Ambition versus career success. What about ambition? What about career success? And what does Buddhism teach me to help me have a happier life, if I may paraphrase it? Yes? Make sure that I'm not as miserable as these people that I'm looking at. Okay? All right? Before it's too late. Yes. Okay, very good. So what do you experienced people, old people, have to say? Huh? Don't do it? Come on. No. This is a young kid who asks all the right questions. It's very impressive. Okay, pretty impressive for a young lady. Anyone, help us out. Yes, Cordelia. Is that right? Cordelia. They keep on saying Cordelia, but to me, it's Cordelia.
Thank you, Master. You're actually the first person who pronounced my name right. The one thing I can say is don't have an expectation and just let things flow. What's your favorite phrase? Que sera, sera?
Que sera, sera. Oh, quoting a movie again. My kind of girl. Yes, Way Mountain.
Master Derek said career ambitions and other motivations to do things seems to be at odds with Buddhism. It seems like ambition is a false thought. It's too worldly and it causes suffering.
Oh God, this guy is so confused. Yes, ma'am, Black.
What I love about Mahayana Buddhism, it questions the process. So yeah, intellectually, if it's like ambition and I want to follow Buddha's way, great. But if there's obsession and uncomfortableness and suffering over this, I like the idea that there's there's the 3 poisons, and I like it when people define the ignorance as confusion. And so I just there's that part of us, like whether you alluded to it, sir, that, okay, now I'm obsessing about finding my job or graduating, and then it'll be something else, and then it'll be something else. Let's question the something else, that thought, that process of the formulating, and it's, for me, it's the karmic conditioned thought, that's what I call it. And the Buddhist practice helps me to see the smoke and just be with that smoke and be compassionate and not get caught up. It's like having a noisy neighbor. Someone's telling me this noisy broadcast of unpleasant things and it makes me feel bad. It's the thoughts that make me feel bad. And then I can notice, oh, I'm pinching myself. And then I can stop pinching myself using our Buddhist way and thinking of others. I mean, there's lots of gratitude practice, thinking of others, doing what's in front of me. Anyway, sorry.
Oh, excuse me. Very good, very good. Excellent. Good insights. I feel that, to quote a movie, ambition, to paraphrase, ambition is good. Yes? I think someone said greed is good, something like that in the movies. Greed is good. Name the movie. Greed is good. Wall Street, yes, Michael Douglas. What's his name in the movie? Okay. Greed is good. Okay. Why is it good? Greed motivates you to be at your best. No? If you're not greedy, you don't want it badly enough, you're not going to try your best. You're going to give it your all. To me, she's the kind of personality, we're talking about Sharon here, okay, the graduating senior at the university. She's a kind of, she drives herself, okay, and she's an achiever. So to her, you cannot tell her that greed is not good, okay? Success is unhealthy. Success is important. Greed is a driving force behind success, okay? So that's important. There's nothing wrong with being ambitious, nothing wrong with having success in your career, okay? Your chosen career, okay, is a good thing. But that success should have meaning. Remember, we started by saying, when you get older and you look back and your children are grown and they left you and they don't want to talk to you anymore, they're too busy talking to you like you were used to be so busy talking to your own parents. Sounds familiar? Huh? And when you get that stage and you say, oh, now I know how my parents must have felt like. But then you wonder, was it worth it? Okay? It's a time of reckoning. Was it worth it? Was all of this worth it? Okay? And that's what you all will have to face when you get a little bit older. That was my life meaningful? Did I make a difference? It's not just about making money. It's not just about being successful. It's not just about realizing your ambitions. Ultimately, because remember, the premise is that she's smart. Sharon is smart, like all of you. She's smart, and she's a hard worker. Therefore, she will succeed in whatever she chooses to do. Okay? So, point number one, when she reaches her success, her success when she reaches her goals. Do not let that success entrap her. That's number one, which is very hard to do. Agree or disagree? Okay? Number two, make sure that by the time when you get older and you have to re-examine your own life, that it has been all worth it. That's very important. Do not let the fact that you are shooting for your success, going after your goals, imprison you and entrap you so that you lose perspective, so that you lose the big picture. Was it worth it? Was my life meaningful? Did I make a difference? Okay? That should be defined as part of success in life. It cannot simply be measured in terms of jobs, positions, titles, recognition, money, presidency, okay, and so forth. That should not be the only material and the only criteria. Yes, those should be part of the criteria, okay? And that's how we measure success. However, it should not be the only thing in life. Buddhism does not recognize those titles, those worldly things as the only thing that's important, the only thing that matters in life at all. That's what's different about Buddhism, okay? It's desirable, it is worthwhile to pursue those things. However, they're not the only things that matter. Ultimately, what really matters is whether you, what? Made a difference in your children's lives. Not just, let's talk about something, someone really close to you. Do you make a difference in your children's lives? Namely what? Do you guide them properly? Do you teach them well? Okay? Don't you wish that your parents taught you certain things so that you better prepared for life, so that you wouldn't waste your life? Huh? I do. I said, I wish my parents had told me about these things. I wish my parents had prepared me better for life. Because when I was younger, when I was at Sharon's age, I went after success. I went after career ambitions based on the criteria. That's nonsense. It's about, the typical world criteria. Are you a millionaire? Did you make a lot of money? Are you famous? Are you recognized? Okay, and so forth. Do you have status in life? Okay? Those are not the most important things in life at all. I later realized. It's because my parents expected me to attain those things, to achieve those things. So I spent one half of my life pursuing those things to realize that when I get those things, because I got very close to the people who got them, I saw how unhappy they were. And I decided, I don't want to be like them. Not worth it. Okay? So, very, very, very simple things. Take care of your own children. Teach your children properly. Prepare them for life. That's success right there. Agree or disagree? You can't even take care of your own children. You can't even take care of your husband, of your wives. Then how can you be successful? Seriously. Go ahead, Wei Mountain.
This is from Vicky. Yes, go for what you truly desire. I wish I had Buddhism when I was younger and ambitious. It would have helped me by guiding me toward the best life, not just a career.
Yes. Well, Okay, so so it's important to me. Success, to be careful. You have to be careful about what success is, not just only in terms of professional careers, but also in terms of having a good and decent life. Okay, I talked to yesterday on my drive to San Francisco. You weren't there, and one of the people who rode with me, he said, "My sister, she's very successful. Okay, she's has her own company. She has 20 engineers, highly paid engineers working for her. Wherever she goes to work on a project, she buys a house." I said, "Wow, that's a lot of money." Success to me, it's very successful. And then I said, "Wow, that's so impressive. That's clearly that is success." And then I said, "What about the husband?" And she says, "The husband, well, the husband drives the car for her." I said, "Is that, you guys call it success in Denmark?" He says, "Oh yeah." They have different criteria for success. They have different criteria for happiness. And so I chuckled and I said, in the US, you may have been a president of the United States. If you end up driving for your wife to work, chauffeuring your wife around, we don't call it success. Never mind. Okay. But they're happy. And they consider that to be successful. They consider that to be having meaning in life. Okay, so it's very important for you to keep that in mind. For Sharon to keep that in mind. That is, be careful that do not allow your ambition, do not allow your professional career success to entrap you, so that you lose control, you lose sight of you lose your perspectives and forget about what's important in life. Okay, what's important in life? Again, number one, success. I agree. You should be successful. You smart people, you hardworking people are destined for success. Okay, no two ways about it. Okay. It's a matter of time. When you're given the opportunity, and you're given the when you decide to apply yourself to whatever you do, you will succeed in what you do. Period. Okay. However, as far as Buddhism is concerned, do not mistakenly believe that we don't condone worldly success. We feel that world success is important. I feel worldly success is important. Nothing wrong with being successful at all. Nothing wrong with being ambitious at all. Okay? As long as what? As long as you do the right things. On your road to success, on your road to your goals, you should do the right things. Don't do the wrong things in order to be successful. You regret it, I assure you. All the people who got there by cheating, by stealing, by conning other people, okay? By misleading other people, by taking advantage of other people, okay? They end up in bad places. They end up being very, very unhappy. And you ask them, you really ask them, they would all tell you that it's not worth it. Ultimately, in the end, it's not worth it. They die they don't have a good death. In the Asian culture, we feel it's very important to have a good death. That's part of success, by the way. Did your parents tell you that? You should have a good death. Whatever it means. Okay? What's a good death? I saw people who are on a deathbed surrounded by their families. It's a good thing, yes? But in Buddhism, die a good death is when you move on to better lives, better bodies, better futures. And one of the best places in Buddhism that we advocate is for you to go to the Pure Land after you die. That's the best thing possible for you. Okay? And for your loved ones. That is success. That is a good death. All right? So your success must be gained, must be earned. Never mind about Buddhism. You could be Catholic, you could be Christian, you could be Mormon, you could be, what's the other religions? Sharia? Okay. Doesn't matter. As long as you do the right things to earn your success, that is commendable. Agree or disagree? So how do you do the right things? By not doing the wrong things. How else? Isn't it obvious to you? We don't know what's right because it varies from day to day. But we do know what's wrong. Yes? Your instinct. Our instincts tell us it feels right, it feels wrong. Yes? Okay? So that's why in Buddhism in particular, this is where I need to cite Buddhism, not the other religions, is that in Buddhism what's wrong is that when you kill and harm others, what's wrong is when you steal from others, what's wrong is when you lie and cheat. Huh? Those are common sense, right? We all agree on that. All religions agree on that. You're not supposed to do that. So think about that, Sharon in particular. Young lady, I ask of you to consider this very carefully. Okay? In your professional career eventually, you have to make the decision. Do I compromise my value system in order to get a promotion, in order to get hired? Okay? So be careful. Okay? And the answer should be no way. It's not worth it. You will regret it. Guaranteed. Okay? So all those are, eventually she will find out, she should not restrict herself to Buddhism, Buddhist concepts and so forth. It's the rules of morality. What is a moral thing? What is the ethical thing to do? What is the decent thing to do? That's very important. Okay? And one more criteria as well is that, actually two more, if I may. One more is for you to go choose a career, to do something that is not harmful to others, preferably beneficial to others. Okay? It's very, very important for you to avoid, for people, especially young people, to avoid going to a career, professional career that's harmful to others. Instead, it should be more beneficial to others. Okay? The success should not be measured in terms of money. Okay? Teachers will never be able to look at that as successful because they're supposed to be underpaid. That's a fact of life. Okay? Who asked you to be a teacher? Because teachers are supposed to be underpaid. Historically, in the story of mankind, the great teachers are all underpaid. Look at Confucius, one of the greatest teachers in the history of mankind. He's horribly underpaid. He died very poor. Do you know that? All right? So that profession right there is a profession where you decide to make personal sacrifices in order to benefit other people's children. Okay? And that is to me, is a wonderful, wonderful thing to do. That is successful. I make fun of this young lady here because I saw her from crying to smiling and to and all those ups and downs of her life, and she toughed it through it, and she said, "I'm going to be a teacher. That's the meaning of my life." Okay, so professionally, you should do something to benefit others. Okay, at least not harmful to others. If you are able to benefit others, it's fantastic. Okay? And be aware that in order the more you benefit others, be prepared for one thing, you young people, that you have to pay a price yourself. Okay? The more you benefit people, I'm warning you, the higher price you have to pay. Okay? And you should be aware of it so that you are prepared for it and will not hesitate to pay the price in order to help others. Yes, yellow. Yellow.
Thank you, Master. Now that I'm older, not very successful, I don't think, but I would like to know, how can I get rid of my arrogance?
How do I get rid of the arrogance?
Yes, I believe I have that side of me.
Is she arrogant to you? No, you see, it's no problem. Yes, go ahead.
If you sit long enough and then it's so painful and then you're crying like a piece of something, you're miserable and you're crying in front of a lot of people while you're meditating, I think you get less arrogant.
Very good. The one thing that I don't know about how other teachers help people become less arrogant, okay? But in our temple, we have one thing. That is, we encourage you to fail. Because if you repeatedly fail, it's very hard to be arrogant. You're arrogant because you only see yourselves as being successful. Okay? So one thing for example, in Chan meditation, don't you fail every time? You cannot sit much longer than this. So you fail again. Okay? You should look at that and say, I failed again. I could be better. And by failing and not quitting, that will eventually help you become less arrogant. Okay? And number two, also is I remind you that you actually are a failure in many subtle ways. The other teachers who would like to tell you how wonderful, how great you are. I prefer to tell you 95% of the time that where you fail again, where you fall short, because I enjoy doing that. Much harder to do than you think. Okay. Sometimes it hurts when people react negatively to that. All right? It's because most teachers prefer to tell you the good things, how great you are. I prefer to tell you how ungreat you are. Okay? All right? So I forgot what's the second one that I wanted to tell this young lady at the university. Any questions or comments? Okay, so finally, so we gave her a lot of some important hints today. Go ahead, Wei Meng.
Master, there's additional questions from them, Sharon and Tiana.
Oh, they're listening in?
Yes, they're listening to the YouTube right now.
Okay.
Uh,
Question away.
Can we ask more specific what the master thinks about jobs like consulting or finance, where it is very focused around money and maybe not as obvious how to help others? Is it bad to go into careers where money is a large part of the job?
Nothing wrong with that. Finance is a very important part of the business. It's one of the key aspects of running a business. So unless you have good finances, the business cannot thrive, cannot survive. So to go into finance in that way is not necessarily bad. The way that some companies go about making money is bad, but the type of work itself is not bad. Okay, so for example, you go into in the last time we had a problem with the finance sector is because of some of these smart mathematicians came up with derivatives, and it is the finance people at Goldman Sachs and the big those big companies who abuse those things and manipulate those things to make money, and that's a wrong thing. But you cannot say that Goldman Sachs in general is a bad company. You know, they do financing for municipalities, for countries, for companies, and so forth. That's how we got the Googles. That's how we got the Yahoos and so forth. So you need to be clear about what's beneficial and what's destructive. Okay, so I personally feel that finance is so important to all industries. Okay, however, the caveat here, if I may, is that it doesn't matter what industry you're in. Actually, it matters because choose a good industry that's beneficial, number one, okay? And if you happen to choose finance, that's fine. And consulting, that's fine too. Consulting is very important. But I feel if you go into, in my humble opinion, go into these large companies like McKinsey or what's big nowadays, I lost track, Boston Consulting Group or Booz Allen Hamilton and Deloitte Haskins and so forth. Those are getting the small management consulting now and so forth. I feel, from my personal experience, they just sell concepts. They're really not solving problems at all. That's my problem with these with the consulting work. Okay. However, there are a lot of them. Eventually, I saw, for example, I caught my eyes caught an interview with a financial consultant who used to work at Goldman Sachs. She was in charge of the real estate investments. She's Japanese, so she worked at Goldman Sachs for a number of years, rose through the ranks, and they promoted her, brought her back to Japan to run the Japanese arm, okay? And she became very successful, okay? And then she quit the company and started her own consulting. And she said, I'm gonna help young women. I wanna help women business, okay? So you see, you establish yourself an authority, having a track record, okay? And hopefully you should do it cleanly, okay? And then use that, leverage that for your dream jobs or your aspiration or for your ideals. Nothing wrong with that, okay? It's about you. It's about how you choose to leverage, manage to leverage your success. That's what matters, okay? But it's very important to avoid having regrets. It's because you yourself, your own personal regrets will gnaw at you, will make it hard for you to sleep at night and not be able to relate to your children, to your family in a honest and truthful manner. Okay? Because part of success has to be personal, family life as well. Please never neglect that. Okay? Success, not only in terms of professional career, success in your career has to be in light of a happy family life as well. Don't ignore that. Okay? So, in short, I feel consulting, I'm not impressed with consulting in general, but I love the consulting world because of the brains, the brain power behind it, okay? But the drawback of that world is that these people lack ethics, which is unfortunate. They can do so much good and need to meet the quotas, they need to, and so forth, and that's why they tend to err on the side of being unethical. Okay, that's unfortunate. Okay, however, for example, in the finance area, to me, consulting is really not that productive. But on the other hand, for example, finance is a fantastic field because you can make a big difference and you can make a lot of money at the same time, okay? And especially if this lady here chooses to go into finance, she should definitely meditate, okay? Because meditation will give her insights. Yeah? All right. Any other questions? Go ahead, Way Mountain Temple.
Master, this is Sharon and Tiana.
Go. They're disconnected. It's a microphone.
We wanted to also know how having self-doubt and confusion impact understanding your purpose in life. How do we figure out what our purpose in life is? This is from Sharon and Tiana.
Oh, they have a lot of questions, don't they? Okay, Yellow has the answer to all the questions.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe I can help.
Yes.
I feel it's not about what kind of goal and or ambition you have. It's about how you to achieve your goal. There's always always a lot of ways you can choose to achieve your goal. So that's is very important to me. So maybe after 5 or 10 years, you will redefine what's your ambition. So at the same time, you should, for me, I think it's very important to have a tool like a meditation to help me to deal with stress. And yeah, it's important how do you do to achieve your goal. It's not about what kind of goal do you have.
Okay, let me paraphrase that, if I may, and see if it makes sense to you. Maybe that's what you're getting at. She's young, so what's the hurry? Huh? Try things out. Try it out. Okay? There's nothing wrong with trying things out. Try finance, try consulting. Don't just listen to me. Just try consulting, try Denmark engineering and so forth. You know, try it out. Have fun. Come on. There's nothing wrong with having fun. That's success. Success is you have to enjoy it. It's not like meditation where you're supposed to suffer. Okay? That's special about meditation. You're not supposed to have fun, young lady. Who told you that you're supposed to have fun? No, you're supposed to suffer. You're supposed to struggle. Especially in our kind of Chan meditation, you struggle. So it's nothing wrong. It's part of a fun in life is to try things out. Okay? So it's not like you with that kind of label she has, they have, these people have, these young ladies have. She can try anything. She has plenty of time. Try for a few years, and if she doesn't like it, go for an MBA program. Do not go for PhDs. I'm opinionated. I don't care. To me, it's a waste of time. Okay, personally. Okay, but MBAs, the masters are very good programs, I feel. PhDs, now you go into too brainy, and you get really confused, and it's very hard to undo these PhD people. Am I, anyone feel offended here today? It's very hard to undo that PhD success. You're too smart for your own good. You don't trust anyone anymore. You know it all, okay? And that's a problem, okay? The wiser you are, the less sure you should be of yourself. As a reminder, okay? Yeah. All right, go ahead, Wei Mountain.
This is from Derek. How do you break free of being entrapped by success?
I've never been successful, so I don't know how to answer that. How can I talk about things I never experienced? Help me out. Go ahead, Orange.
Okay, so I'm not really successful myself, so who am I to talk? But sometimes I feel that like when I was chasing things where I was somewhat successful, I would it would never stop, and at some point I realized that the only reason I won't stop is because I keep pushing myself. I keep telling myself, go do this next thing, go do it, and then I don't think the effect of what I'm doing. I'm not sure if it's causing anyone any benefit, if it's benefiting me or anyone else, but I still do it because I'm trapped in a cycle and I can't break out.
Okay.
I don't know the answer to the question.
Okay, very good. How about you, Yellow?
If you have enough blessings, you will realize success is not the success you are enjoying is not all, and there's more things to explore.
All right, there's better things, okay? Bigger and better things. So how could this small thing entrap you? Okay? All right, anyone else who's been successful? Black or not successful?
Yeah, not successful, but I usually look around with people around me. If they're happy, then I do feel successful.
No, don't sound like Warren Buffett.
No, really.
Oh God, I hate it when you talk like that. You know what he said? I think he's like 100 years old, something like that, right? And he says, at the end of the day, what is success? Because everyone looked at me, oh, Mr. Success and so forth. You're so successful. You know, how can we, you know, what is your words of wisdom? He says, you know, at the end of the day, at the end of your life, you ask yourself, am I surrounded by people who love me? Oh, good Lord. Oh, please don't think like that. It is so confused. What's wrong with that? Black, yes.
I actually don't look at if they love me or not. I really don't think about that, but I see if they're happy or not. That's a totally different thing.
Yeah, he's BSing. The guy's BSing. Don't listen to him. I think he's getting more confused as he gets older. He used to be so clear-headed until, oh, good Lord. People who love you? What kind of criteria is that? Yeah. I'm so stressed out talking about this. He used to be such an idol of mine until he gets older. I get older. All right. To be continued, I guess. We're running out of time. Any final words of wisdom? Okay. Have fun. Don't worry. It's just it's be ambitious. Go all out. Be determined to be successful. Okay. Only under the terms of doing the right things. An experiment, don't worry. She has plenty of time. Okay? Acquire skills, develop skills and skills and skills, more skills. And by the way, Chan meditation skills is critical. If you really want to do big things in life, you need Chan meditation. One of the biggest men I know that I've met was my Chinese teacher. He's the greatest man I admire. Okay, unparalleled, unsurpassed. Wei Mountain.
Just remember, all life is impermanent, and this too will change.
Come again?
Just remember, all life is impermanent, and this too will change.
Sounds good. I drink to that. Have fun, Sharon. Have fun, Tiana. It's going to be okay. Don't be so obsessed. Okay? You both will be successful. No doubt about that. It's just give your all and enjoy yourself. Okay? It's going to be fine. Nothing to worry about. and be better. I can't stress enough that for these people, young people, to have this kind of questions, this yet so young, it's so impressive that I just want to remind them, do not forget the big picture. It's about meaning in life. Okay? What matters is that what good did you do during your stay here in this world? That's the only thing that matters ultimately. Did you do any good? How much good was it? That's in Buddhism, that's how we gauge success. How much good we did. And my late Chinese teacher, Master YongHua, he spent his entire life doing good. That's incredible wisdom. That's all he did his entire life. Doing good, helping others. That's it. And by doing that, by the time he died, he left behind him, in his wake, a fortune, an asset base of $1 billion and more. Okay? By helping others, never cheating anyone, never lying to anyone, never misleading anyone, and helping everyone, okay? Until his body broke and the doctors couldn't help him anymore. And he still had to say, I can't die yet, I still need to help more people. And that's incredible. To me, it is a standard he set that is incredible. I've never seen anyone like that. Okay, and that's a tremendous success. It's great success right there. He's a great man. Okay, and he could do it because of his Chan skills. Do not think that he didn't improve. He improved while working and while making sacrifices. He got better and better in Chan. He tells people, if I could have a choice, I'd go to the mountain and practice Chan and meditate like the old monk here wants to do. And I'd be so much better off. My skills would be so much higher than now. Not true. I tell you, his skills might be higher, okay? Because so what? But he's actually is wiser by being around the cities and helping others instead of helping himself. Okay, so his Chan skills weren't greater, but his wisdom skills were. So the old monk here, he says, all I'm telling you is that I'm ready. I have a place near the ocean, okay? I can go there, drop everything. If with your permission, I go there and meditate until the day I die, okay? Or I become enlightened or something like that, whatever comes first. And I said, I didn't say anything. Yeah, you do that. Your samadhi skills, your samadhi will increase slowly. Your Chan skills will increase quickly, but your wisdom will increase too slowly. No, not worth it, not yet. Okay? My Master YongHua's path is wisdom. Okay? All right, everyone, thank you all for coming. It's been a good discussion. I hope that Sharon and Tiana got something out of it. And good luck to them. And maybe feel free to ask more questions in the future. Okay? And meanwhile, shall we go have lunch? First things first. Enjoy ourselves, remember? Okay. All right, thank you.